So each of the locations has its own little shabu shabu, its own little pot. So pretty cool. So I like the automatic table in the center that rotates. It's totally electric with a really, really great family with actor and singer, our personal photographer, and then we have Crazy Man Gary over here. So even the bathroom says Release Pressure Center. So now before dinner, taking a little tour of the Stone Company's inventory.
It's around 5 to maybe 9 billion. His name is also like Guang Gong. Guang Gong. His face is red. It's so easy to recognize.
This is very professional way of shoes.
Yes.
Pretty amazing. High-tech China. So this evening we're out with Gary and one of his classmates, and it's quite a big group. So here in China, even in a more simple restaurant, they use scanning codes on the tables. So you scan the QRL, and then you don't need a waitress. So that you just order what you like off the menu online. So here is we're doing some live selling and have a little setup, and so she's just using a phone to photo and then broadcast for TikTok and others. And this guy's really popular here in China. He's a big seller, so quite a lot of operation. So a nice little studio set up here so they can actually sit and show the items that they're selling, the jewelry. So pretty nice. All right, so Gary, a lot of Gary's friends like this gentleman who's the largest seller of synthetic diamonds on TikTok. He owns a giant building with a ton of people working in it. So he also just made this coffee shop. Nice, beautiful selection of different coffees and lovely machines and that. So really cool. So actually, it's really cool. They have like a little business card for each one of the coffees that contains the country that the coffee comes from, Colombia, Rwanda, for example, and then a description of the coffee, the flavor, the origin of the beans. Pretty awesome. Love this place. So Gary and I went out tonight back to Max's, who owns this jewelry factory building, and at the bottom of the building, this is where we had dinner the other night. And he's got a jewelry shop here. He's got his coffee bar in here. And then his brand new Maserati is sitting right here. So these guys are so great. There's so much like party spirit. And Gary, always the kind of a little bit boring party guy, but he's cool.
I'm not boring. I just feel I didn't think about something.
Always busy. So Stanley and I are heading out to do a little coffee shopping. So hello. So here on Chinese New Year, this is Gary's ancestral hall, where they kind of build a building for
our ancestors
who passed away.
Yeah, who passed away.
So actually, they take money, or what looks like money, and puts that in the fire. So then the smoke and the ashes carry that to the passed away loved ones. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Interesting. So in addition to sending money, they also send gold to their ancestors.
Our ancestors.
I've never seen this kind of thing before. It looks a little bit dangerous, though. Boom! I didn't expect
I played
that.
this too. I played this.
So, the thing in China they do a lot of is they do a lot of eating. But my favorite over here is my 92-year-old new best friend and drinking cognac. That's pretty awesome. Ganbei, ganbei. Outside the hotel window. You know, sometimes the small things are interesting, but I wanted to get something for lunch, so I went to a little market, and a lady was open today. It's New Year's Day, so everything's closed. And so I got 2 oranges and a cup of noodles. This was 4 RMB, so a little bit more than 50 US cents. And then the 2 oranges, quite large. She said, no, it's New Year now, so I just want to give these to you as a gift. But I like the Chinese people. There's very, very much love and kindness. I like the little birds that everybody has. It's very sweet. So it's like life in China is this one big giant party, endless. It never stops. And these are my crazy friends over here. We got Gary's dad right here, and another guy. So here we are out this evening with the Power team, and we'll talk about them later, but we've got a nice meal going on here and a nice little soup station over on the side. So, and Mr. Fei Chung Ku. So Gary took me out today to take a little ride to Linhuashan, where we are at some coffee shops. Look at the number of people inside that building over there, and then check out the number of people at a coffee shop. It's Saturday. So you can see the economy is not as bad as the news says, right? So Gary and I continued out to Lianhuashan, to the mountains here, and another set of coffee shops. So tea, of course, is the big thing in China. These are all tea bushes where they pick the tea leaves. But now coffee is the big thing. So here is Buddha over here. It's not like the little Buddha that's on the site in the Philippines. But that's a giant one. I don't know if you can see any humans around there. It's not really clear, but you can see the people down at the bottom, right? And then the mountains are quite interesting here. And then they have a large temple here as well. So it's quite an interesting little spot here. All right, so my new dear friend Yuki is now, we're traveling over to Haiphong from Meilong. And she is, in Chinese, Fei Chung Ku.
Fei Chung Ku.
So here at this jewelry factory, Max actually he left some of the ancient buildings that were left on the property. Max is here. And Yuki is here. So had a very nice time visiting his place here, lunch, and the whole shebang. Yes, very, very beautiful candle holders. But you know, very, very few things are more beautiful than her shoes right here.
I know. Having